Hi everybody, Adam here. Welcome back to our Lego room. In today's video, we are taking a look at Lego Creator Set 10254, the Winter Holiday Train. This set consists of 734 pieces, and as I've mentioned before, I am working through my backlog of Lego train sets, both custom and officially released by Lego, and getting everything working, built, running around the layout. And this is the latest set that I have worked on. Really excited to get this up and running. I built this set a number of years ago for my son. He has a copy of it, and I finally got around to building my copy of it. And this should be a lot of fun to run around the layout, both the upper layout here in the Lego room and the upcoming lower layout Winter Village track loop as well. I think it'll fit in quite well there. So let's take a closer look at the set and start running the train around the layout. Now, important to note that out of the box, the train set does not come with a powered up motor or power box or IR receiver. I added those all after the fact. The instructions do include information on how to get it all set up and what parts to swap out to fit everything in. So we've got the powered up train motor under here. You can see battery box is here and the IR receiver is right there. A little unfortunate, you lose the green that would normally be there, which I think fits much nicer with the locomotive as a whole, but still really nice to be able to get this motorized with, call it minimal headache or issue. I also really appreciate, we've got a nice little caboose back here, but this middle train car here, I love the fact that the tree actually spins around as the train moves. A nice touch there, and should be one that will look really cool as we get the train up to a decent speed around the layout. So let's fire it up and see how it performs around our upper layout. So we've got the train moving around the layout now. Looks like it's moving fairly well. There's a couple things I noticed, but I'll show you guys that up close in a few moments. But happy with how it's moving. Like I said, fairly easy to motorize with the powered up motor and additional parts there, which was really nice. I've been happy with my collection of backup motors and parts. Makes it easy to motorize sets like this as I get them built. Not so easy to update and restock that collection these days since Lego's not releasing or building those powered up parts anymore, but we will need to get a few additional ones to keep everything running and performing at sort of peak performance, and to give ourselves a bit of a sort of backlog just in case we need stuff over the coming years. It would be nice to keep as much stuff in the main collection on the power functions. Some of the newer stuff we've got on powered up, which is fine. Not my favorite, but still functional. but you know, the bulk of things are on power functions, and I would like to keep them there for an extended period of time, but we will see how that goes. Now let's take a closer look at the train as it comes by. Now, if you look at the big wheel on the back of the locomotive, it's not turning right now. Every now and then it'll get a bit of a grip on something and it will turn. It's not inhibiting the train at the moment, but I would like to get that fixed up. I'll have to see. I don't know if it just needs like a rubber band on there, just an elastic to help give it a little extra traction, or if there's something else going on. When I manually sort of push on the train and move it around, the wheel turns fine. So I think just having an elastic on there for a little extra grip and friction is probably all that it needs. I do, like I said, really like the tree car there in the middle that spins. I think that's a really nice bit of sort of secondary motion that's triggered by the movement of the train. Something that's really fun to see and I think adds a lot. Now, like I mentioned, you know, it works fine up here on the upper layout. I expect that we are going to move it down to the lower layout, especially into the, you know, potentially into the Winter Village area. That's where I see this train living for most of the time, but nice to have this built up and running and active in the collection now. Lots more building to do, but fun to get some of these sets built that I have not had actively sort of built and on display in the layout, and continue to build out our sort of roster of trains and train cars. I do have a few Christmas train cars, and it would be, or I mean, a few different Christmas trains. It would be nice to get them all, you know, motorized, make sure everything can run. Obviously our Brick Tracks one moves around just fine, but we do have an older, I think it's just one older, yeah, you can see it here. One older Christmas train set that is not motorized. Not sure how hard it will be to motorize that one. The set looks very similar in some key ways to the one that we are looking at right now. So maybe it'll be fairly straightforward to get that motorized, but that'll be a project for the upcoming months. Would like to get that active and moving around the layout to join this one, and to, you know, be different ones that we can run around the Winter Village area. Still lots of work to be done around the main layout here as we get it back together and get all of our decor pieces back in place, but happy to be running trains again and happy to be making some progress through our backlog of builds and things that we've been wanting to work on to get, you know, to a displayable state around the Lego room and the layout in general. Now, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please make sure to do so that you don't miss out on any of our upcoming videos. And thank you very much for watching. We will see you again soon. Take care. Bye.